So in this video, I'm really going to just cover some packing tips for my checked luggage, my suitcase for my European trip to Italy, and just some of the things that I found to be helpful. I think there was a lot of debate in terms of packing. I saw some videos on, should you fold versus roll? And also in the past, I've packed in a lot of different ways. On other trips, I've used these, packing cubes. I think that work very well. I think these are more helpful on a business trip where you're taking, like a lot of wool gabardine and items of that nature. So I did not use this for this trip, which was, really an Italy tour. But what I picked up, and a lot of the travel accessories that I needed, like the adapter and the travel, like the 3-ounce bottles, and even these packing bags. I found these at TJ Maxx, and they were a lot less expensive than I had seen them elsewhere, and especially on, even Amazon and some of the travel websites. And so this is a set of these travel bags that are vacuum. And the great thing about these, though, is you don't actually need a vacuum to use them. Because I've had the kind in the past where you need the vacuum. And but this was a set of 12, and I actually did not even need the larger sizes that the set came with. I'm honestly not sure, where you'd need these for travel. I think these are probably good for storing linens that are out of season. But I just was able to get by with the smaller sizes. And so there was 2 of this size that I used for more of my lingerie and intimates. And then everything else I was pretty much able to get into these other bags. Also for my trip to Italy, I went ahead and purchased a new suitcase. Even though I had one that was very similar in size, I wanted a hard-sided suitcase. And so this was an opportunity to buy that. And again, I found this suitcase at TJ Maxx, and you open it up. On the one side where your clothing goes, it does have this this kind of webbed mechanism to keep everything in place once it's loaded. Then it's got this zippered divider, and on the other side under the zipper is where I put all of my toiletries and my footwear. And because I was wearing my tennis shoes on the plane, I ended up only having to pack 3 pairs of sandals. And for my sandals and any footwear, I'm always going to use shoe bags. And that really just not only protects the sandals, but because you've been walking around picking up dirt, it really keeps that dirt off of your other belongings. And so, those just go in your bag as needed. I also brought my curling iron, and this was after a lot of debate, but I'm really glad I did. I had no issue using it with my adapter in Italy, although I will say that in a couple of the hotel rooms, I was not able to use it in the bathroom. I had to use it, at the desk that was in the bedroom near the bed. But in all those cases, it always had a mirror, and so it wasn't a problem at all. And I know that there were a couple ladies on my tour, one who, she blew up her flat iron the first night. And then all of the hotels, while they had hair dryers, some were better than others, I will say that, and some, you just had to allow more time to dry your hair. But I brought my curling iron, and I had no issue with it, and I was able to use it the whole trip. And the suitcase I got they had this handy pocket, and I use that pocket to pack my curling iron in there securely. But as for my clothing, I was able to get everything into these 6 bags, and I'm just kind of demoing one of them and really how they work. And the way they work is, you know, you just open them up and you fill it up as nicely as you can, you know, folded with whatever items you want in there. And then you use this little plastic slide thing to seal the end, and then you just roll the bag. And by rolling the bag, it forces the air out of the other end, and they're designed to have a gusseted system where once you force the air out, it doesn't really draw the air back in. And so what you end up with is a very compact, space-saving system to pack your clothing. But also, I find that using these bags, it does minimize wrinkles. And, you know, for this tour, some of my things, I did one of these bags where I rolled everything, and I was able to kind of fill it up with all my rolled garments. And then the rest of them I folded. And I think that in terms of minimizing wrinkles, I don't really know if one was better than the other. I think I probably prefer folding. And then at the destination, as I was preparing my outfits for the next day, if they were wrinkled, like this jumpsuit had some wrinkles in it, I had my Downy, my small spray bottle of Downy wrinkle releaser, and I used that as directed to get rid of the wrinkles, and it really worked. It also helped, though, that most of the items I brought were of this gauzy material that really is kind of crinkly anyway, and so it already isn't going to show a lot of wrinkles. And these items worked great. And I think that, you know, certainly this suitcase, going over there, I had a lot of room on my clothing side, so much so that I had an inflatable pillow, a small inflatable pillow that I put in there just to kind of take up that room. And as my suitcase got fuller with my purchases, I just went ahead and left that blow up pillow at one of the hotel rooms. So I was able to fit everything, you know, back without having to use my expansion zipper on my suitcase. And you know, these bags, they just work really well. And you know, I think they're something that I'll probably continue to use on all of my trips. So hopefully that is helpful. Thanks for watching.